What is a kaftan? Anybody with an idea of what a kaftan is? Okay.
According to my own understanding, a kaftan is a gown in an easy way. Easy to wear.
Okay, thank you. Any other opinion before we proceed?
A kaftan is a long garment. It's very free. It's not too set to the body. It's very easy to wear because we wear it to see ourselves. It's not something that is meant to show or cheap.
Kaftan. What is a kaftan? A kaftan is a loose-fitting, plug-length garment that is typically made of lightweight fabric. That's what a kaftan is all about. What can easily put on? Like you can use crepe, ankara, adire. Those are the type of lightweight fabric that you can use for your kaftan. And kaftan can comes in different styles. Midi, that's below the knee. Then short length kaftan, that's above your knee length. Then maxi, that's floor length kaftan. And to make an accurate kaftan, these measurements are needed: bust, waist, hip, gown length, shoulder, armhole, sleeve length, round sleeve and flare length, because we are attaching flare to the straight sleeve. It's having an attachment, that's why we need the flare length, which is 6. And this is the flare, this is the sleeve, and we are making use of a round neck. So this is what our gown is going to look like. So let's proceed to the table where we'll be doing our cutting. We are cutting our kaftan now. So is your books. We are cutting the front first. The first thing that you'll be doing is to take your gown length. So my gown length is 58 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. That's 60. The 2 inches for half inch to join the shoulder. Then for the folding of the hemline, we'll be using half by 1. That's the essence of adding the 2 inch, which is 60. So I'll be marking the 60 all through. After that, we'll be taking our shoulder measurement. Our shoulder is divided into 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So you mark the 8. Then the armhole is what?
21.
Divided by 2.
That's 10.5.
But we'll not be using 10.5. So by when you curve, it will not be too big. So I'll be using 9.5 for my armhole depth. So from this point to where my armhole depth is where I'll mark the shoulder point. Any question before we proceed?
What did you fold? Is the biggest part of the body that you use to fold it?
Yes, I folded with the biggest part because the hip is 50, which is the biggest part of the fabric, and it's an A-line gown on kaftan. So I have to fold with the bigger part, which is the hip.
That's divided by 4.
Yes. So any question?
And this one, the folding here, I thought it was self-edge.
Yes, it's supposed to be self-edge to self-edge, but to maintain the fabric so that it doesn't waste. Because this can be used for belts. Let's say you want to use a belt on it, you can maintain it.
You said the armhole is 21 divided by 2. Why do you use 9?
Because if you use 10.5, by the time you curve and use your bust measurement, it becomes too big. If the armhole is big, there's no how you can correct it. But if it's smaller, you can still bring it down and shape it. But when it's big, there's nothing you can do to it. It will spoil the person's clothes. So
the body measurement, is there any other extra allowance?
yes, there are extra allowance when we get to that place. Okay. So after taking your shoulder measurement and your arm hole depth, you proceed to take your hip line. So my hip line, the standard hip line for adult is 24 from shoulder point to this place is 24 plus half, because by the time you join the shoulder, so it does not have shorter measurement, so I have to add the half to join your shoulder. So I'll make it 24 half, then I will mark. So you can see that I put waist. So for the waist, I'll be making use of what we call half length, where our shapes come out, which is 18 plus half inch, it becomes 18 half. So now from this arm hole depth is where I've taken my bust measurements. So underneath this arm hole depth is where I'll be taking my bust measurements. Please, what's the bust we have on the board? 48 inches. That's 12. You mark it. Plus 1.5 sewing allowance, because it's a free dress. So 1.5 sewing allowance, then that's 13 half plus 1 inch for freeness. It's not a kaftan that will be fitted. Not like the dress I'm wearing. The kaftan, it must be free. Like something you are putting on. It must be a bit free. So on the waist, what's the waist measurement that we have?
We have 42 inches.
42 divided by 4.
10.5.
10.5 plus 1 inch for freeness
That's 11.5.
plus 1.5 sewing allowance.
That's 13 inches.
So you connect from the bust to the waist this way. Then you proceed to take your hip measurements. This was the hip on the board. 50 divided by 4. 12.5 plus 1 inch freeness
13.5.
plus 1.5 sewing allowance.
15.
No one is asking why I'm asked doing 1.5. You can decide to add 1 inch for your sewing allowance, but the essence I'm adding 1.5 because if the person becomes a bit chubby, you still have more allowance to bring out from it. That's why you can use 1 inch, but me, I'm using 1.5. For your own, you can use either 1 inch or 1.5. So after that, from the waist, you connect to your hip line. So from there to when you get to your gown length, you come here for a standard A-line. For the width of the A-line should be 18. That's the standard measurement, 18. But because the person we are making this dress for is using a 50, so I'll be making use of 20 because the person wants it to be very free at the down part. So I'll be making use of 20. But for the standard measurement is 18 inches for A-line. So for my hip line,
That's if we're not adding split, right?
yes, there is no split.
But what if we're adding split to the gown like this?
No, for this type of gown, you cannot add split. So from there, you take your ruler. No, bring it. Yes.
But if the person is wants it as free as well, you add 20.
Even if you want it to be bigger than this, you can still add more
Really?
to it. Yes, it depends on how the person wants it to be. So from your hip line to this gown length, end line, you connect it. So you're using your ruler to connect it to have a good shape.
I want to ask you, the tattoo, there's a way you placed it to get that.
Yes.
Why didn't you place it the normal way we normally do, getting it out from here?
No. You
what
start
I'm
from this center.
Put the like what I'm saying is this. You placed it like this.
Yes.
Here you're 20. But normally this is how we place to get to our 20.
No. You can't do that because you have to start from
Like
this
that.
center from.
Oh,
you have to start from here. So when you are taking a measurement, you are taking it like this to wherever you want it. You can't take like this because this should not be in pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this is the center line.
Because I'm wondering why it's like
Yes.
that.
So this is how you place it to wherever you want the measurement to be.
That's to
Yes.
get the A-line shape, right?
Yes, please. So any question before we proceed? In the absence of,
Can we add zip to kaftan dress?
it's optional. So far as a free dress, there is no need for a zipper because it's a free gown. It's a free something. It's not a fitted something that will be difficult for you to put on. It's free already.
Like this?
So for the neckline, because it will not have a zipper. So for the neckline, I will not be using the standard measurement neckline, which is 3. I'll be making use of 3.5. 3.5. But let's assume that the person, your client, is the person that likes a round neck to start from here. You can maintain 4 inches. 4 inches. So I'll be using 3.5. Then for the depth, you take it on the person's body. So for the depth, the persons want 7.5. Okay.
Can we use can we do ours with different styles, like neck style?
Yes, different.
Different
You
Instead of
can use,
normal
yes.
round one.
You can use V. You can use any.
Yes.
Yes.
Bishop collar too. Anyhow.
Yes. Now the one is the bishop collar. We have a slit at the front.
Okay, for freeness.
Yes. So for the back, I'll be making use of 1.5. The back will be covered back. So
But it's front.
I'm making use of 1.5. Then for my shoulder, I want to do shoulder slants. I'll mark 1/2 inch here. Then connect it from this neck depth to that place. Any question? Any question before I do the shaping of the arm? In the absence of no question, you take your French curve, or if you have an armhole curve, you place it, then you curve it. So we are cutting out. You cut at the back of the lines. So I'll be using the back to So after that, you won't touch the neckline for the front. You notch your waist. So it will guide you when sewing. You notch your waist and your It's very good to notch. So you remove the back.
That's function.
Okay.
Why must we cut outside the line that we used on?
Yes, no, so I don't have a shorter measurement. So you put the back, then for the front, we are still using the same. For front and back, their width is always the same thing. It's only their depth that can be different. Because they covered back and the person wants the round neck to come a bit down.
No.
So I'll be using 7.5. The person wants it to come down. So I'll be using 7.5.
That's 7 for the neck depth, then half for the allowance.
Yes. But I can just write that so far I will still sew half. It does not come down too much. I will use 7. So you mark the 7.
And we can still adjust if the person wants to widen the quality.
Yes.
Right?
We can only widen it.
Yeah, the first ones. Then you curve it. Okay. For a little girl, you are using 3 because there is no zip on it.
3.5.
It depends. You measure the depth on the girl's body.
Just for the neck, that's when you are.
Yes.
Like for the small child, what can be the circumference of the length?
Of the length.
Yes.
That's for the hemline. For a small child, so that it will not be too big, you can use 13 for a small child.
Constantly.
Yes, ma'am.
What if it's for a girl of like 15 years?
15 years can still maintain 18. You know, there are some 15 years that look like I'm hard or they are very chubby. So you still maintain the same 18. Yes. So for the front, we are coming in by half on the hammer. You can see that at the back, we didn't come in by half inch. The essence of coming in by half inch at the front side is for this our hammer to be relaxed. Because you know that at the front side, we always have this chubby something. Even if they are not fat, there is a folded side on this our hammer part. So the essence of the half inch is for it to relax here. When you put it on, it does not drag you as if it becomes peppery.
So we go in by half an inch.
Yes, please. Then from the shoulder,
Or are we going to take the measurement of the shoulder?
no. From this place, you can mark to guide you half of the hammer, which is 4.5 or 5. I will use 5. So from the 5 where I've measured the half. Then use my French curve. French curve can still serve as hammer curve. This your shoulder line must be the same thing with the back. So can you see? Readjust.
And cutting that part out, will it not affect the shoulder?
No, it will not affect. You are not touching the shoulder. That's why you see when I want to cut, I place it like this, making sure that this shoulder tip is constant because the back and the front shoulder must be the same size. So be cutting facing.
But must we always use facing, or can we use something like bias?
Yes, you can use bias.
If we don't want to use.
Yes, but facing makes it more neater because by the time you use bias, the sewing will be showing.
Okay, yes.
But facing makes it more neater outside.
That facing require any particular measurement.
No particular measurement.
Okay, just place.
Yes, you just place it. But to be on the safer side, I can try to measure. Like now, from here to here is 10.5. That's 10 and a half. No, it's not getting to the extreme.
Okay, you won't allow.
But if you want it to get to the extreme, you can just decide
Okay,
to adjust it to the front.
That means the facing is going to enter the sewing.
Yes, please.
That's the armhole area.
So that's for the front facing. I'm making use of this self edge so that by the time once you use hemming on it, we don't need to fold it again with iron.
Okay.
That's why I'm
Just
using
sew
the,
it again and
yes, that's why I'm using this side. So that's all for the hem. I want to cut the sleeve. For the sleeve, because I want to manage the pattern paper, I'm supposed to fold like this. No, fabric will fold, but because I want to manage the pattern paper, that's why I open it this way.
so when we want to cut, we cut on fold.
Yes, when you are placing it on fabric. So what's the sleeve length? 11.
Then sleeve is 12.
So 11 plus 1 inch, 12. The essence of adding 1 inch is to join this bicep to the shoulder side, to that armhole side. Then the other half to join the flare with the sleeve. So that's why we are making use of 12. So then I will signify that it means not unfold when you want to cut. Then I'll take my armhole measurement, which is 10 half, 21 divided by 2, 10 half, plus the same 1.5 we added on the garment is what you're adding on the sleeve also. So it becomes 12. 10.5 plus 1.5, 12. So I'll mark the 12. Then come to my round sleeve side, which is 12 divided by 2, 6 plus 1.5, 7.5. I will come down by 4.5. I'll come down by 4.5 because of this case, to get the curve.
That is standard.
Yes, that's kind of
This
measurement.
one.
No, for any
For
sleeve.
any food, but we normally use for
They can use 4.5 or 5.
But the normal whatever we do, this is coming down. It's 4.
No, it's not 4, it's 4.5. Yes, it's 4.5.
for children.
No, for children, can use, the children are just, yes, 3 or 2.5 for
That means we
children.
need to reduce the
Yes,
Now, what kind of sleeve are you?
straight sleeve. So from there, you do your, no measurement to this one, you use your, so I'll come here again, because you know I can't connect this one, to take my 12 again, then connect it.